5-minute salute. I'm your host, Chris Budihas, and I'm joined in the studio with Enrique Melendez and then Leo Yui from Task Force Hydro 1. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we truly appreciate you having us on the show.
It's Ohana here. So let's talk about, first of all, each of you. So where are you from? What you do in the military? We'll keep it about a minute. And let's talk about what is Task Force Hydro 1?
My name is Enrique Melendez. Originally from Puerto Rico. I was lucky enough to spend 22 years in the military. Moved around a lot, but making Jacksonville home now that I'm retired and I'm trying to help the community.
That's great, and thanks for your service in the Army.
Oh, thank you.
So Leo, where are you from and what did you do in the Navy?
Well, thank you for the invite, first of all.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, thanks for being here.
Well, I was born and raised in Peru. So I came to the States when I was about 17 years old.
Wow.
Home for me now is Miami, since there's where I arrived there, and I lived there for a few years until I actually joined the Navy, and I was a Navy Seabee from 2005 until 2018 when I was medically retired.
Okay, yeah. Well, thanks for your service to the nation. So tell us, what's a Task Force Hydro 1?
Okay, so Task Force Hydro 1 was founded 3 years ago, and the intent behind Task Force Hydro 1, which is a 501c3, we're trying to create a rally point, a community for our veterans, first responders, and active duty military personnel and their families.
And their families,
yeah. Yeah, right. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to kind of assist in the mental health game and the suicide prevention awareness. So we understand that myself, that's when I retired from the service, you kind of lose yourself a little bit.
Yeah, you do.
You're kind of a little bit confused. You're not moving, in the military, as you move around, you have friends, instant friends, you have an instant job. You're basically moving from one community to the other that's already established and you're already welcome. Well, when you retire, sometimes that community is just not there.
Yeah.
It is there, but it's not instant. So, how do we close that gap? And what we're trying to avoid is, somebody going down a dark path where they think they're by themselves, that they're the only ones going through these challenges, but they realize quickly when they come to our organization that, hey, we all have the same things in common. And, how they say, metal sharps metal.
Right.
So, we try to assist and help each other out, understanding each other, and just trying to lift each other up.
Yeah, yeah. So, Leo, how did you get involved with Task Force Hydro 1?
Well, for one, I'm one of the co-founders.
Okay.
There's three of us there. It's Ricky Van Rickley, retired Army Green Beret, and Josh Rubens. He owns Liquid Therapy.
Okay.
And during that time, it's a funny story because the organization that thought about it started the year of COVID in 2020.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning of it, the idea came about. And then we let it just simmer down for a little bit, and then a year later in 2021, we actually solidified those thoughts. It's like, okay, well, you know what? We serve throughout COVID. We've been enjoying, the water therapy, that liquid therapy that we get out of. How about if we pay it forward and just teach the local veterans, the first responders that, hey, this type of physical activity, which happens to be in the water, it's helping us. It's great for our mental health. It's getting us out from that dark place.
Yeah.
And it also gives the opportunity for people for something to look forward to.
Okay.
Since we gather twice a month.
Twice a month. Okay.
Over and once the first one happens in Villano area, and the second one, the third Saturday, goes back to Jacksonville area.
Okay.
So there's something for people to look forward to.
Yeah.
And just get him in a dark spot, get him out of isolation, and just, there's a chance here. There's light at the end of the tunnel.
So with the hydro, obviously that's a key word in the title of the company, the nonprofit. So what are some of the events you do? Surfing, paddleboarding?
Yeah. So and again, the key thing is that we believe #water save lives.
Okay.
And we're using water therapy sports to heal people, or to help assist them, right?
Yeah.
But we have surfing that occurs every first and third Saturday of the month.
Okay.
Rain, shine, even snow. Yes, snow here in Florida. Whatever. And it's great because we have developed such a culture that even if there are no waves, you still get 20, 30 people that show up just to interact, just to talk to each other and we treat each other as family, a big ohana.
Big ohana, yeah.
In addition to the surfing, then we have the Hawaiian outrigger canoe.
Oh, okay.
We have multiple canoes. We have a 2-man, 4-man, or person, six person. We have several of those. And that we do multiple times a week.
Okay.
We are starting a competitive team, as well as having the OC for just recreational.
No kidding.
To hashtag water safe.
And where do you do that at?
We do it down in St. Augustine.
Down St. Augustine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. In addition to that, then we have several other sports that we do. Stand-up paddle.
Yeah.
We want to incorporate a few more sports in it. Anything that has to do with the water.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, and that's where we are now, which is we're starting to grow the organization and trying to put the word out.
That's good. Yeah. I'm glad we can do this today.
Oh, so appreciate it.
So for the audience out there, how do they find you?
Okay, so you can go into our website.
Yeah.
We have a website. We are on Facebook. Multiple social media outlets.
So just Google Task Force
Hydro
Hydro
1,
and it'll come up.
And our website will come up. And on our website you can see our calendar.
Okay.
You can see what events we're going to have. Also, it'll give you, if anybody wants to donate, there's an opportunity to donate there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you want to volunteer. There's, you can volunteer through
and volunteers can be anybody, right? They don't have to be military.
It doesn't have to be military. Anybody who wants to volunteer, correct? We're actually a fully volunteer organization.
Okay.
Nobody gets paid except for our accountant, of course, because we
got
to keep that straight.
I work with
Tyler, which is a great guy, and then we have our social media lady that is phenomenal. Those two people, obviously, yes. But everybody else, to include me, to include Leo, we're just volunteering.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for your service to the nation, and more importantly, what you're doing in your post-military career. This is an honorable organization. No doubt it's making an impact on lives here. So
thank you. But
hopefully get the word out.
Yeah, I would like to leave with one last announcement.
Yeah.
On 10 May, we're going to have our 50-mile paddle for mental health awareness.
10 May, 50 miles.
50 miles paddle, yes.
Okay.
If you go to the website, you can see who's paddling, and if you have somebody that you know or you like somebody's name and you want to donate on behalf of that person, please by all means do.
That's gigantic, yeah.
Yes. So this is our second annual, and we're going to celebrate that on the 11th by having a big luau down in St. Augustine.
Awesome.
Also.
Yeah.
Again, tickets are for sale.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to volunteer, this is our second one. Last year was great. We have a lot of people that just come together, and we have a great family time, great Hawaiian food, hula dancers. Yeah. So it's a great time, and it's for a great cause. We also have a silent auction. There's some great, ukuleles. There's a cajones. There are all kinds of, Go-Rug equipment. Yeah. Because Go-Rug's one of the sponsors for it. So.
Oh, good.
Please, come out. Let's have a great time for a good cause. So we truly appreciate it.
Enrique, Leo, thank you very much. Hey, folks, if you like what you heard, please, like us on LinkedIn or connect on LinkedIn and take a look at Task Force Hydro. Google them. Take a look at their webpage. Tell your veteran friends, spread it throughout the network, and then skip that latte on Monday at Starbucks and give to a good cause and help Task Force Hydro help out our veteran community in the ohana they're building here in Northeast Florida. See you at our next segment.
Operation Barnabas is a veterans ministry, started in 2017 with the purpose of helping our veterans that kind of got left behind.
These people went over and went to war for us, and a lot of their friends didn't come back, and that's a lot of the stuff that we as veterans deal with is there's a lot of people that didn't make it back, and then it's like, why are we here? So and then they isolate.
And they've struggled with addictions, PTSD, suicidal thoughts, those kind of things, helping them get whole again through one-to-one mentorship.
So being able to communicate with them and help them can drastically change their life, can drastically change a family's life. The little that we can do is put our hand out and say, hey, do you want a hand up? Like, we're not giving a hand out. Do you want a hand up? And just be able to be there with them and do life with them and just be able to help them because, man, they put their life on the line for you and me.